Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time, I'm Justice, and this channel is all about aviation and automobile fun. And today we are back at the Flight Center Academy International, and we are going to be going over to Key West with the help of Century, and also got the new Bose A30s, so we're going to try those out as well. But we're hoping to get down there early. We're hoping to leave and be wheels up by like 7:15, 7:30 a.m. Get down there around 9-ish. We're gonna head to Southernmost Beach Cafe, have some breakfast, coffee. Then we'll get back in the plane around 10:15 and try to be back by noon. But we'll see how it all goes. Stay tuned. So during this flight, I'll take the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about my take on the new Bose A30s. So these headsets were announced a couple weeks back, and it was really exciting because Bose hasn't come out with anything new for about 10 years. Placed an order, got my headsets, and I've had a few opportunities to fly with them. So I'll tell you a little bit about the pros, some of the nice to haves, and then we'll get into whether or not I think it's worth it. For the pros, definitely lighter, and also it has a little less of a clamp force, much more comfortable than the A20s. Also, another thing that I found was pretty convenient was the tap for transparency. So in the event that I didn't want to have to take the headsets off, all I had to do was double tap one side of the headset and it goes into transparency mode and you can hear outside of the headset. Some of the nice to haves, it has a lighter and thinner cord, so that's not going to weigh down as much, but it also has clips on the cord, same as the A20, so you can also use those to clip onto your shirt so that it's not putting any tension on the headsets. There's also 3 levels of noise cancellation with the new A30. I just had it set on the highest setting, and I honestly couldn't tell too much of a difference from the A20s. Flying Cessna 172s for the most part, they're loud, and I'd want the highest level anyway, so right now I'm not really in any kind of situation where I'd benefit from having the lower levels of noise cancellation. I just would automatically want to default to the highest level. Also, they hit the wires between the speakers and the headband, and again, it's nice to have, but when you're flying you really can't tell the difference. So before I tell you any more, we'll get back to the trip. All right, the boys just made it into Key West. Flew in on the 172. Got Josh and Chris here, about to go to Southernmost. So you can see the footage here, us landing in Key West and then heading down to Southernmost Beach Cafe for breakfast before we turned around, got back on the plane, and headed back to North Perry. So real quick before I get to telling you whether or not the A30s are worth it or if you should stick with the A20s, the Bose Aviation headsets are miles ahead of the competitors. So in my experience, the hardest part of learning to fly was learning how to communicate properly on the radio. And when you have Bose headsets, the noise cancellation, the comfort level, the clarity just makes it that much easier. And for me personally, it helped me get up the learning curve a little bit quicker. So now what everyone wants to know, would I recommend the A30s or should you just go with the A20s? I've read a couple of the forums, and a handful of people suggest that these look cheap and that the build quality isn't as good. I mean, they are lighter, which in my opinion make them a lot more comfortable. I think Bose does have a really good build quality on these. I think if you look at the A20s, the aesthetics of them make them look a little bit more hardcore. These, because they have smoother lines, I could see why people think that they look like they're not as well built. In my opinion, they feel solid. They're just lighter and more comfortable. The lighter cord, it's nice. I do like the slim look of the volume control on these, so I do think that that's an improvement. A20s versus A30s, you're really only talking about a difference of about 130 bucks or so. If you wanted to save 10% and go with the A20s, you could, but if you're already spending that much money on a pair of headsets, in my opinion, it's worth it to just spend a little bit more, get the A30s. Because I do think at the end of the day, the biggest benefit is the comfort level, and these do feel more comfortable to me. And so I'm gonna keep my A20s, I'll let my passengers wear them, but for me, I don't see myself ever going back to the A20s. I'm probably gonna stick with the A30s from here on out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, then please do so. Thanks again for watching. I'll leave links in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.